dragged through a hedge. It smells weird, I think the texture's weird. Rip. I'm not a visco girl. And thank me later for the date that you just got. Now I look like a caveman. Hi guys! I'm somewhere else today. No, I'm just kidding. I'm in my bathroom right now and I'm going to be filming some hairstyles for you. Okay, so ignore the fact that it's super yellow lighting in here. There's a giant mirror and it's nice to do hairstyles in, so that's why we're in the place where people do poos. So I'm just brushing my hair out, and this is the part where all of it breaks off and I end up with hair about here. So my hair is just like naturally dried right now. It's just your casual, straight, air dried, let's try and save our hair, but we can't because you've got PCOS and it likes to fall out and you've got none of it, so yeah. Right, so for the first hairstyle, just gonna split my hair down the middle. Wow, I look like I've been dragged through a hedge. Shouldn't be allowed hair. Okay, so got that as accurate as I possibly can. So this first hairstyle is one I wore the other day when I went out with my friends. It's really good for like a hot day when you want your hair just like up and out of your face, and I rate it, and it's quite easy to do, so let's do it. So I'm just gonna tie this away from, just gonna tie this up. Cool, so I'm just gonna begin by taking this nice little bit on my head. I'm just going to pull like a little piece here. I'm just pulling like a little fluffy piece out because I want it to be framed. I want my face to be framed, that's what I meant to say. So I'm just taking a small piece of hair. I'm just going to split this into 3 little sections. I'm just going to begin French braiding this as you would a normal French braid. I'm not going to explain how to do it. If you do want me to explain how to do it, at some point I can make a video on it, but I'm sure there's plenty of tutorials out there to let you know how to do it. Not. I'm just basically going to continue this the whole way down my head and I'll be back once I've done so. Now once I get down here, I'm just going to finish the braid off slightly as a normal braid, like so, just to give myself some room. And then I'm going to get myself a small little hair tie thing. I got these from Primark and you can basically use any hair tie, but I think smaller ones are easier because they're tighter and you don't have to tie them around as much, so you can just like tie it twice and that's cool. It's all good. You're Gucci, ready to go, ready to hit those clubs. No, I'm joking. I'm just gonna, where I braided this, I'm just gonna tie it here. So the braid was purely just to give me enough room to tie it. And then I'm just gonna tighten the little pigtail and jabam is a new word. So you basically have this cute little Dutch braidy, ponytail-y, cute, hip, young looking hair. Favourite part about braiding is this bit when you've got it all done. So I always just go back and I like pull on these little sections to make it a big braid. It makes your hair look like it's thicker and you can just be a catfish. It makes it look like quite thick and you can just go back as many times as you like and just keep going, keep pulling it apart until it's literally like the width of the Thames, and then you're good to go. Make it as thick or as thin as you like. Okay, so it's time to do the other side. Let's make them look like distant cousins. I'm sure we will, because they will not look anything like this side at all. It'll probably be like down here, or honestly, just cool transition time. Bang. We're done. Okay, cool. So I literally did the same thing the other side. It's something you could do literally every day if you wanted your hair out of your face, but it also doesn't take much length off of your actual hair. So you can still flex how long your hair is and have it on your face. It's literally win-win. So this is what the back looks like. Cool, so that's hairstyle number 1. On to number 2. Great, now half my hair is wavy and the rest of it's straight because it's still slightly damp from earlier. Now I look like a caveman. So my next hairstyle is a good old fishtail braid. So I stick with my good old side parting. This is actually where my hair naturally parts, so this is why this works so well, because you don't have to even like part your hair, you don't even have to do anything. You just literally get out of bed and just be like, yo, I'm just going to do a fishtail. Usually when I'm pulling sections out for a fishtail, it'll be around my ear because they are shorter than the ones from up here. So just make sure this part's all slick. You can use hairspray. I don't like hairspray. I just think it smells weird. I think the texture's weird. I don't like it. I think if your hair's long enough, it's going to stay in place. If it's not long enough, then embrace your short hair. So I'm just going to pull out a matching section from under this layer here. It's probably as matching as I'm going to get it, even though this one is like 10 meters too big, but I'm just going to split good old hair into 2 little sections. I think you guys might know how to fishtail, but if not, you just take a small section, wrap it over to the second section, and then get another section here. I can even do that. And then bring that over to the next one, and you just literally repeat this the whole way down. Before you know it, you have something that literally looks like a fishtail bone, which is literally so cool, but it does take time. The bigger the sections you take, the quicker it will take, and the smaller sections you take, the longer it will take, and also the more detailed it will look. But you can alternate to make it look messy, or you can do whatever you like. Just have a little experiment and see what you like. This is a fantastic braid for layers because there are so many little sections that it literally keeps it all together. So if you have layered hair, this is the braid for you. And I still think there are some people that don't know how to do this, so they'll have a look and be like, whoa, your hair is totally red. I think guys tend to be like quite interested in a braid like this as well, because they're used to seeing the like usual braids, and then they see this and they're like, she's special. They tend to kind of marvel at it and you're like, what the hell was that? Like, how did you do that? Are you some kind of wizard? And you can say yes and thank me later for the date that you just got. Okay, so I'm gonna say that's the end because I always lose my footing right at the end. So this is the fishtail braid without any adaptation.
That you had.
And I'm just gonna adjust like this part because it can be a bit tight sometimes. You might want it to be a little bit more loose, and I'm just gonna pull it out like I do every single braid. I like to leave the end like skinny because I want it to like taper, because I think triangles are the best shape, as we know from before. I am Illuminati confirmed. So basically I'm just going to scoop my hair up into a ponytail. So for buns, I just comb my hair out with my fingers because I don't want any of those weird looking loops. But like, it's so important to get this part right because this is where it could go wrong and you will regret your life's choices, just like me. I'm just going to use like 2 skinny ones because I can't bother to find a big one. I'm just tightening this quite high. Then I'm just going to use another one to make sure it's secure and it's not going to fall out or slide down my head. Now for the super unexpected part, I am going to grab a scrunchie. Yes, a normal scrunchie. I'm not a visco girl. Bruh. I'm just basically gonna pop this on the base of the ponytail like so. I'm just gonna grab another skinny elastic. I'm just gonna pop it around the scrunchie. Now we got this looking thing. It looks very strange.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
I'm just gonna pull the rest of my hair over to this side and I'm gonna twist it. I'm just gonna twist this around the bun. And I'm just gonna use one more elastic to tie this all together because I don't like bobby pins and it just snapped. Rip. This is a finished bun. It looks very crazy and Carol Baskin, and you can obviously pull your little flyaway bits out to look even messier, but this is not going anywhere. Like, that is stuck to my head for the rest of eternity. So I'm just gonna split my hair in half again. So again, I'm just gonna do what I did with the first hairstyle, which is do a French braid, but I'm basically only gonna include hair from like above here. All of this is going to stay down and you'll see why in a minute. So once I get to about here, I just like to do a normal braid but make sure you pull it towards the back of your head to avoid any bumps or lumps. And I will usually change my hand position slightly so I can do this really well. So once you get to about here, then just stop and tie it off temporarily with any kind of elastic. And it will look weird now, but I promise you this will look cool. So I'm just going to repeat this on this side and I'll be back to you once I have completed that. So once this is done, I'm basically just going to grab the two little braids here. I'm just going to match them up at the back of my head. I'll show you what this looks like at the back. And I'm just going to get another one of those thin elastics and I'm just tying these two together. And then I'm just going to proceed to take the other temporary elastics out. And I'm just going to tighten this. You are then left with this really cool looking double Dutch braids. This side is not symmetrical to this side, but let's just ignore that because human error is inevitable. And then when you turn around, it's probably really bumpy, but you can see that it's like gathered into one little ponytail. It's a cute little half up, half down. This is just going to suit every single hair type, so I'm down for it. So I hope this video helped you guys out. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try any of these hairstyles. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel to see more from me and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload. Stay safe, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!